Welcome to Akshara Vidya channel. We'll be looking into class 4 computer science subject chapter number 1 storage and memory. So in this chapter we will be looking into data and information. We'll study about memory units, types of computer memory and storage devices. Okay, we'll start with the first one, data and information. So to understand this, we need to understand terms called data, information, commands, and memory. Okay, let's start with what is memory. What is memory in general term? If we talk about general term, see, if I ask you, what did you had for today breakfast? You remember, right? What is your class teacher name? You remember. Um, which are the favorite cartoon characters, what is the name of your favorite cartoon characters, all you know. So what these information will be processed by your brain and it will be stored somewhere in your brain cells. Okay, so that is your memory. Okay, so you try to recollect when you question to yourself, okay, um what was it, how much did you score in your previous class. Okay, so you send a signal, you send your command to your brain gives you the response back. Okay, that the information has been saved in your memory. Okay, so now this is data. What is data? It's a facts, figures, words, whatever you see around, whatever you have, um, anything in general, everything that is the collection of words, figures, facts, we call it as a data. How the data go as an input to your brain, we give same type of data, okay, input into the computer. Okay, now how your brain will process that data, similarly even computer will process that. Okay, now computer is a man-made machine. Okay, we like a man, some scientists have invented that computer. Now it will not work according to its own, it will work as an instruction given by us, given by the user who is operating it. Okay, so how it will process, it will process as per the instruction given by the user. You are in front of your computer, in front of your mobile, whatever the instruction you give, the computer will work. Okay, now what is memory? See, memory is something, I say, informational processing system. Okay, whatever the information you give processes, that becomes your memory. Okay, now what the commands say, I want to open my notepad in a computer, I want to open a paint, or I want to open a game. So I click on that game icon, right? There'll be games on your computer, or say you want to open online class, the class will start now, so you open it, join the meeting. So what you're doing, you are giving an command to computer that if I open, click on join, please open this so and so app. So you are giving command. So that becomes your instruction. You are instructing the computer to do this action. Okay. So the computer will process your instruction. Now that it takes the data, it takes the information. Whatever you give, process it, store it, and gives back the response. So the first term, data, it's nothing but collection of your facts, words, okay, that we input into computer. Now instruction are what? The commands which you give to the computer becomes your instruction. Okay. So now as your brain stores all the information, even computer stores the same data instruction in its memory. Now, who is responsible for all these things? In a computer, we have something called CPU, Central Processing Unit. Okay, if you see here, This CPU means central processing unit. It's all electrical electronic devices which you will learn in your further chapters. Right? It's all made up of registers. You have control units inside. Okay, hardware devices. Now is that contains a main memory unit of the computer. CPU contains the main memory unit of computer, which is a temporary storage area. Okay, temporary storage area. Now see, when I say temporary storage, you have opened a paint box. Okay, you want to do paint in a computer, you open a paint box, you are painting it. You have not saved that paint some anywhere in a computer, just open. Now say you have switched off the your laptop or a computer, you come and open. It's not there because you have not saved that paint done by you in anywhere in any location. When you were doing, okay, it was getting temporarily stored. As when you shut down your computer, it's gone. That is called something temporary saving of information, temporary storing of any data or a figure, anything. So CPU contains such memory unit which is temporary storage area that can store small amount of information. Okay, just small amount. To store large amount of information, you need external storage device. You need support of external storage. Okay, what CPU will contain, right? It's a small memory unit that can only perform small amount of storing. To store large amount, you need external devices like pen drives, hard disk, okay, DVD, CD. Those are your external storage devices. Now, okay, you got this point. Next, we have something called memory units. Memory units, bits and bytes, you need to understand on this. Now, we talk in a common understandable language, English, Hindi, whatever is a mother tongue. Okay. Now you work even in the computer when you see screen, there will be all the icons will be in English, computer, application, shutdown, everything can read. Okay, even when you write something, you can select the languages and write. But will computer understand that? Will computer understand? No. The computers are man-made machine which will understand that machine language. Okay, it will understand the machine language. The machine language is right. Machine language. It consists of only zeros and ones. Okay, zero and one. That mechanism. So when the someone is the software beside the operating system, software beside that which who have developed this application software, everything they've designed in such way that machine language is nothing but zeros and ones. This working mechanism depends on switch on and off techniques to read and write data. Switch on corresponds to 1, off 0. So on means 1, off means 0. So machine language just consists, this computer can understand only two digits internally, 0 and 1. 0 and 1 means binary digits. You can means you might have studied in even in mathematics, right? Binary numbers and sort. So 0 and 1s are binary digit. So the information what all goes into the memory of computer is finally saved in form of binary digits 0 and 1. So when I say, if I write my name or if I write something called, say I write hello H, so it won't get stored as hello. Each letter H, okay, there's a process where even this letter gets internally converted into zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones, like they make different combination. Okay, these are the subject which we will learn in the future. So zeros and ones, like 0 1 1 0, okay, 1 1, then they will be again 0 0 1. So everything gets converted finally into 0 and 1 binary digits, okay, in the combination of 0 and 1. Okay, all the combinations of just 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0, everything will be like that, binary digits. You got it? That's when machine will understand and then process your request. Okay, so I have converted. So this means it's hello. When you click on shutdown, okay, it will understand that the action from this is it converts the binary language, it processes it. Okay, so the user has request for shutdown of the machine. The machine is going to shut it off, shut down, close all the resources finally. Okay, battery off. Now the binary digits 0 and 1 is called bits. Okay, whatever the binary digits I told you, these are nothing but we call them as bits. So bit is a binary digit, either 0 or 1. This is just a smallest unit of information that your computer work with. Now this language is called binary language. The language of 0 and 1. This computer language is called binary language. Now when I make a group of such 8 bit, no, just 0 or 1, 0 and 1, we call it as bit. Okay, 0 and 1 together form bit. Now when I group such of 0 and 1 of 8 bits, okay, I group 8 bits, then I tell it as a byte. So what is byte? A group of 8 bits is called as a byte, which I represent as a B. Okay, so your 1 byte means 8 bit. What is 1 bit? It's a combination of 0 and 1. Okay, 1 bit of information, 0 or 1. Can be 0, 1. If I combine such 8 bits, I call it as a 1 byte. Okay, now your computer memory will be measured in terms of these bytes, either bytes, then kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes. So it's all in your increasing order. Like when I say 1 kilobyte, okay, when I say 1 kilobyte, it means 1024 bytes. It's that much big, more than higher than your byte. When I say 1 MB, it means 1024 of kilobytes, and 1024 of MB means it means 1 GB of data. It's increasing. The data is increasing. So your latest computer, before the old machine were even just in KB MB. Now it's all your gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes. Okay. So 1024 MB means 1 GB. When I say 1024 GB, how much? 1 terabytes. It's so much huge. Okay, like that. 1024, it's 1 petabyte. You know what? How much can you think of average human being memory storage? How much? Approximately, 2.5 million gigabytes. 2.5 million gigabyte amount of storage your brain can store. So can you imagine how much our brain can store the information? Now, before, right? Before, when the computers invented, now we have 8 bits, we say. Before it was just 4 bits. Just 4 bits, not even 8. That was called as nibble at that time. Okay? Nibble. So you understood what is data, what is information, what are memory units, bits and bytes. 0 and 1 is called bits. If you combine group of 8 such bits, it's called as bytes. Okay. Next we'll study into types of computer memory.